Hello, my name is Antonio Ruiz. This is my practice informative speech. It's going to be on Kendrick Lamar and why his album Mr. Around the Big Steppers is really important for culture and our community. So, have you ever wanted a celebrity to look up to, a celebrity or icon to look up to that is relatable and they promote positive influences in your life? Well, I believe that Kendrick Lamar is the personification of that sentence. Um, he creates relatability and that creates safe spaces for other people to grow in their lives, and I'll be discussing that later. So in this speech I'll discuss who Kendrick Lamar is, what this album contains, and why this album is so beneficial to us, right? So Kendrick Lamar is regarded as one of the greatest rappers of all time, right? That's To me though, that kind of overgeneralizes because when people hear rappers, that kind of puts them in a certain group of people, you know what I mean? So I like to say he's a rapper, an activist, a philanthropist because he provides for his community in charitable ways, right? Um, to put it in perspective, he's the only rap artist to win the Pulitzer Prize, right? So his impact on people is widely renowned. That brings me to his next point. To this next point of what this album contains. So the best way to describe this album is from start to finish, it's a full therapy session, right? He talks about traumatic experiences, what he's been through, how he grew from those experiences. He reflects on himself, on self growth, and the main point of the album is vulnerability is key to growth, right? And that brings me to my next point as well, that a lot of people, especially where I'm from and my um, cultural background, I'm mixed, so I have hands-on experience with this, but a lot of the way our community is raised is, you have to be tough and you can't be vulnerable, you can't talk about how you feel and everything. But when one of the greatest rappers and biggest rappers in the world, and he knows this himself, he has such a big audience and he has a big, you know, I don't know how to explain this. He has a big audience and he uses his platform to spread his word, right? So when people hear these things, they take it in account of their own lives. Like they look back and like, oh, well, if he could do it, I can do it. If he went through the same things that I've been through, and he's one of the biggest rappers in the world, and he has such a big, platform, I could do it too. So that creates that safe space for our communities to have first these conversations, and then within these conversations, we could take a look back at ourselves and grow, right? And that's so important to communities that need it because these communities are the ones that desperately need to grow and look at ourselves. It's very hard to explain, but yeah, it's to outgrow these negative effects that our environments give us, and I think that's his main point that he makes throughout the album is even though I grew up this way and the environment caused me this way, I acknowledge it myself and I'm looking at it in a mirror perspective and I'm growing from that and I'm becoming a better person. So he's breaking those boundaries and that's something that the community and culture really needs. It desperately needed it. So to review, Kendrick uses this album to encourage the masses to positively grow, right? This album has the potential to, grow and develop your lifestyle personally in a positive way. And music, like Mr. Morale, the Big Steppers, and his previous, not previous album, but the album before his previous album, To Pimp a Butterfly, is timeless music, and it's the reasons to why someone like Kendrick Lamar is widely renowned and why he won a Pulitzer Prize, right? And in conclusion, like the world needs icons like Kendrick Lamar to help grow the youth and communities that usually don't have these resources given to them, right? So yeah, this was my practice informative speech.